Uh, 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 serious discussion here. What can I say about this? Uh, no, I really like Drago's advice. I really like Drago's advice. It's worth repeating. Find something that you love doing and do that more. In doing that, you validate your own existence. If your problem is you don't feel like people care about you, that if you disappeared, the world would continue rolling along as though nothing happened. Well, that's the saddest. That is the the sad reality of it. There's a Streetlight Manifesto song that has a lyric like that that says, "The saddest day I came upon was when I learned that life goes on without me." And I think the saddest day for me is when I realized that too. But it was also the most liberating day because life, like, it goes on inexorably, like, for everyone, regardless of who dies or who lives or what happens. So that is, in knowing that at any moment you could go, you are really free to be whoever you want to be. And here's what I say. The reason I like Drago's advice is because if I realize I am but a tiny speck in the grand scheme of the cosmos and the universe and pretty much nothing of any value, an ant to things bigger than I am, as ants are to me, they're absolutely nothing. They walk on my desk. Sometimes I kill them. Most times I don't. They're nothing to me. If I realize that I am so, like, minuscule, then I should strive to make as big an impact as I can. As an ant, I should try to lift the heaviest shit I possibly can and make a name for myself. And there's no fear in doing that. Like, I should try my hardest at whatever, because win or fail, it matters not to the world, but it matters to me. So it matters so much that I actually win, that I succeed at something. So, like, I've thought about that. Like, if I disappear from streaming, you know, I have those days a lot. Like, streaming is my goal is to entertain, right? I liken it to, like, I'm a stand-up comedy artist, right? Like, I go to bars and I do stand-up, but instead the bar is my home, and the stage is the internet, and I'm up here doing essentially stand-up comedy or stand-up entertainment. And what is the worst possible feeling for an artist out there? Is not even to be booed. It'd be better to be booed off a stage. The worst is to have no one show up at the bar. That's the worst feeling, to have no one to speak to. So sometimes I think, well, if no one's gonna come, then they wouldn't really care if I stopped streaming, you know, just randomly, just did something else with my time. But here's the thing, and why Drago's advice is so fucking on point and pertinent. I like entertainment. I like doing this. So, it brings me fulfillment. I have to know that I love it, right? If I just did it for a goal beyond myself, I would never be happy. I would never be happy because I would never achieve that goal. Or it would always be a bigger goal, like entertain 100 people, then entertain 1,000 people, entertain 10,000 people. I'd always be searching for something. I'd be yearning for something. But if I find enjoyment and fun in doing it myself, just doing it, then I should keep doing it regardless of who's present, because I find fulfillment in that. It's the basic fucking philosophical thought of I think, therefore I am. If you really believe that you're nothing in this world, the truth is, guess what? We aren't. We are only something to the people around us. And you should find strength in that. You should find people who matter to you and that you matter to them. And you'll find a lot of strength through them in doing that. But more than that, you should find strength within yourself. You should find, like, motivation to do something you love. And in doing that thing you love, you end up defining yourself. I am worth more for doing this. Just by streaming, I'm reaching out to people. I've touched people. In small ways, but in ways that I wouldn't have touched them had I done nothing. So, I think, therefore I am. I do, therefore I am. It falls back to, no. I mean, I'm not phrasing everything right here. 3 a.m. and I'm talking out my ass, but, the greatest piece I found was in, I read, one of my greatest, philosophers. Like, well, first of all, I'm gonna say that if I'm touching you, you've touched me by being here. You see how you build a community by doing things? How you create things for yourself by just doing. Do whatever, paint, art, anything. Anything that you think defines you. Because the greatest philosophical awakening I had was reading some works on humanism by a philosopher named Jean-Paul Sartre. Maybe it's Sartre, I don't know, it's French. But he basically said that the greatest problem in a man's life, or the greatest obstacle that a man will overcome in his life, is that he is born meaningless. A man is born without meaning. If you believe in a God that has meaning and that gives you meaning, then wonderful. But if you don't, if you believe that there is no divine purpose for you, that you were just selected out of semen, like you were the best swimmer, and you came to be. So be something. That's it. That's what he said. It's the saddest thought and the most liberating thought, that if you are born without meaning, that then you are free to define your own meaning. You are free to become something, and in becoming that thing, then you are defined. Then you can feel that you had purpose in this life because you gave yourself purpose. So, if you feel purposeless, do something. Doesn't matter what, do anything. You'll be happier for doing it. That's the Sartre's philosophy in a nutshell, honey. I should reread it because it's fading from my mind, really. But yeah, that helped me a lot. I don't know if it helped you. That's it. It's 3 a.m. My thoughts aren't very well connected. If I gave you a speech, I wish I'd have gave it better. But yeah, that's my like guiding philosophy. Yeah, in anything. Basically, be what you want to be. Knowing that you are free to be it. There is no purpose for you. No one will give it to you. You have to find it. And it's hard. But if you talk about it, people are there to listen. If you share in what you love, there's people to share it with you. So, yeah. I think, basically, there's not a day goes by where I don't think that streaming's dumb and I should stop, but I'm still here. And I realize that if I did stop, I'd probably be sadder. So, yeah. Don't stop doing what you enjoy. Do it more. That's my philosophy, honey. It's brutal. It's brutal. You are nothing. We're all nothing, baby. But embrace it. Embrace it. There's no purpose for you or I. There's no greater smile. Life is rough and it's a bitch. But it's precisely because of all those things that it's wonderful. In a weird way. In a really weird and harsh way. Because all that means is that you can do anything, because there's just no path for you to walk. There's no line to follow. It's you got to take your pen and draw the line for yourself and then walk it. That's really hard and it's scary, but just got to find your marker, and you got to find your conviction to actually draw that line, and that's it. Yeah, very easy to get lost, but I don't know, believe in yourself. I get what you mean by chat fucked up. Yeah, that's seriously the best advice I could give you, babe. Believe in yourself. You can do I mean, it's so hard for people to believe in themselves. Like so many people deal with it in so many ways, man. I didn't believe in myself. I did drugs. I did a lot of drugs. I did all sorts of drugs. And it helped. It helped hide. It was escaping. My mother's fat. She likes to eat. Eating gives her temporary pleasure, which makes her feel all right. Some people like to video games, escape, all sorts of things to distract you. But relationships too. Relationships. If you have a void in your heart, you believe someone else will be out there to fill it, but they won't fill it. They'll make you forget about it for a while, but they won't fill whatever void you have in yourself. So you can have distractions, but at the core of it, if you don't believe in yourself and feel good about yourself, you'll never be happy. So figure out what makes you unhappy about yourself and change it. Are you fat? Have you wanted to work out? Go run. Run all the time. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll have more energy. You'll have actual results from it. And hell, you might meet someone running or at the gym or whatever. And see how it spirals? It's a positive reinforcement cycle that spirals. And that's if you're fat. Maybe your problem is like you don't feel like your art's good, so draw more. Get better. Read about drawing. Talk to people about drawing. Join a club about drawing or whatever. You'll see actual improvement. I don't know. It applies to anything, but the biggest problem is yourself. But the thing is, we can fix ourselves. just like we can fix these fucking noises. I'm gonna die down here. No, I'm not. You sing. You sing, you say. Some things are hidden in plain sight. I don't know if that's a bullshit. That's just totally like, hey, FYI, look closely at stuff. You like to sing? I sing a lot too. I would sing in my car all the time. It was good. I still sing in my car. The best advice is simple. You can't prescribe a huge amount of steps for someone to take. Especially without knowing their life conditions. All I can do is share what works. But you like to sing? I like to sing. I love to sing. I love singing in my car. But I wanted to take it to the next level. I wanted to sing without having the music having to play there. So I tried to learn. I'm learning an instrument. I'm getting better. My neighbor tells me he listens to me strumming on my porch, and he's a real talented musician. And he was walking by the other day, and he walks by his house, and I'm out there on my porch. We don't talk too much. He's a very gruff and just man a few words, but he said, "Hey, you know what? You should start singing." And I said, "What?" He said, "You're at a level now where you can strum without thinking about it. So add singing to it." And I said, I don't know how to sing. And he said, "It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Sing." No one ever wants to hear a guitarist just strum or play. No one will ever hire a guitarist for that skill. You have to sing with it too. And if you don't know how, just try. You'll learn. So I try singing with my guitar now. Does it come out well? No. Do I care? No. Does it make me happy? Yes. So, do what makes you happy. Now, the hardest part isn't even pinpointing what's wrong with your life. It's actually changing it. It's hard. For all my advice, I don't follow it that well. But I follow it to a point where I'm happy with myself. And that's what you should strive to be. Don't be perfect. Don't make yourself perfect. Make yourself happy with yourself. You wish your life wasn't... Babe, you're 13. There are everything in your life, so much shit in your life is probably out of your control. Can't change your mom and pa, can't change your house, not at 13. But don't know how miserable it is, but stick through it. You can begin taking steps to making yourself a little more independent. If your problem is home life, spend time away from home. Find good people to hang with. Find odd jobs. I really don't know your situation to be more specific, but it's just really hard at 13 too. But yeah. So long, the way I see it, so long as I'm breathing and living and healthy, I'm good. And you're good too, because you're here. One of the first things you should start doing now, lay in bed and read something instead of watching me, because then you probably will get to sleep. And sleep will give you energy to do the things you want to do to fix your life. That's my advice. That's my practical, real advice. And I'm going to leave you with that. Feels like such bullshit what I say sometimes. I believe it, though. It just doesn't come out as eloquently as I hope. But I hope you glean something from that. From a man who also suffers. I mean, depression is not unique to you. Your circumstances are unique to you. But depression is a feeling everyone feels. Fuck, everyone feels. Fucking Robin Williams killed himself because he felt sad. And that's a man who brought so many people so much joy and so much happiness. Killed himself because he didn't know how to deal with it. So it's rough. It's rough. If others fail at it, how can we succeed? It's hard, but we must. But we must. So babe, you go on and succeed at the things you like. And in turn, you'll succeed at having a happy life. And yeah. Take it from a man who has, I get sad. Dreaming brings me down. But we keep at it. Find solace in my little cutout puppets. I do. You love Corgula and Corgula loves you, baby. You remember that. Alright, guys. I'm tired.